So you wear two hats.
Home inspector job is you always can recommend. You cannot tell them.
You make your realtor friends unhappy.
Not only one, couple of them.
You would consider yourself a better home inspector than an agent.
Definitely. They can sue you and you can lose your license.
Real Talk Real Estate.
Namaskar Adab, what is up? Welcome to this episode of Real Talk Real Estate. A very special episode as always, but আজকেরটা আরো একটু স্পেশাল বিকজ আজকের এপিসোডে কোনো রিয়েলটর নাই। আজকের এপিসোডে আছে একজন home inspector specialist. It's my pleasure to welcome Sahel bhai. Sahel bhai, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you very much for inviting me to Real Talk Real Estate. My name is Sahel Hussain and I'm a licensed home inspector for New York State, serving all NYC and Long Island.
Sahel bhai, welcome to this show. আপনি কেমনে মাত্তা সিলেটি মাত্তা সিলেটি মাত্তা সাফাক করে মাত্তা ইংলিশ মাত্তা
Safakar and English would be great.
Okay, as you wish,
Yes.
ভাই। সো আমাদের অনেক অডিয়েন্স আছেন যারা জানেন যে হোম ইন্সপেকশন জিনিসটা এক্সিস্ট করে। হোম ইন্সপেকশন হচ্ছে বাড়ি কেনার একটা অংশ, একটা অপশন, ঠিক আছে? তো আপনি যখন ক্লায়েন্টদেরকে বোঝান যে হোম ইন্সপেকশনটা কি, আপনি কিভাবে বোঝান এই বিষয়গুলো?
যারা নতুন ফার্স্ট টাইম হোম বায়ার, অনেকেরই কোনো আইডিয়া নেই হোম ইন্সপেকশনটা কি।
এক্স্যাক্টলি।
তো হোম ইন্সপেকশন অনেক বায়ার আছে, ওনারা ধরেন অন কন্ট্রাক্ট ইসেস বাই এজ ইজ। ওনারা ভাবে তাহলে আমি এজ ইজ কিনবো, তাহলে কাজ যা আছে তো আমি নিজে করে নেবো, তাহলে আমার হোম ইন্সপেকশনের দরকার নাই। ওয়াই আই উইল স্পেন্ড $400-500? বাট আমি বলবো যে ডোন্ট স্কিপ দিস $500 ক্যান সেভ ইউ থাউজেন্ডস লেটার। অ্যাটলিস্ট আপনি জানবেন যে আপনার বাড়িতে কি কি কাজটা আছে কেনার পরে। যেমন আপনি অনেক জিনিস আপনি দেখে যেটা বুঝবেন না, যেমন ইলেকট্রিক, আপনি শুধু ফ্যানের বক্সটাই দেখবেন, ভিতরে কি আছে তো এটা আপনার আইডিয়া নাই। অনেক ইস্যু আছে, ইলেকট্রিকে একটা সমস্যা হলে কুড কস্ট ইউ $10,000-15,000। আই মিন, হ্যাঁ, যেমন ক্র্যাকস অন দ্য ফাউন্ডেশন, ওইটা আপনি তো দেখবেন না, অনেক জায়গায় ক্রাউড স্পেসে আপনি যাইতে পারবেন না। Only the home inspector gonna have access to get in. Even on the roof, আপনি তো যেতে পারবেন না। Home inspector has special tools that we use drone, we use the telescopic, the pole cameras, and also sometime we can have access to the attic to get into in person and see.
Salva, thank you for your answer. So when you go to do an inspection in a house, মানে আপনি কেমনে শুরু করেন, কই থেকে শুরু করেন এবং কিভাবে আপনি শেষ করেন এই ইন্সপেকশনটা?
Every home inspector, they have their own style to start. What I do, I start from outside. আমি প্রথমে roof দেখি. It depends either with my drone or my cameras. And then I check the foundation outside. If there is any cracks, also the siding. Sometimes some building has brick siding, some building has vinyl. The brick, you have to see if there is any cracks. Then I start going inside. Check all the outlets, any leaks. I have a thermal imaging camera. I can check if there is any active leak inside the sheetrock. And then all the electrical outlet. Most of the outlet has the open ground or hot reverse neutral problem issues. And I have the receptacle device, GFCI outlet tester. I use this. Also, I check all the faucets in the bathroom and the kitchen. I run all the water, make sure there is a good water pressure. And if there is any clog, slow drain, or if there's any leak underneath the sink, if there any leak on the gas line, the stove works, any range hood in the house, or most of the house has non-ducted range hood. We always recommend to, because our client is Bengali, সবাই maximum, হ্যাঁ, তো আমাদের রান্না বাড়া বেশি হয়, তো আমাদের ducted range hood is very important for us because ওই যে স্মেলটা, আমার তো স্পাইসি কারি আমরা রান্না করি সব সময়, ওইটারে বাইরে নিয়ে যায়, এটা ডাক্টিং করা থাকলে, আর ডাক্টিং না হলে ওইটাই সার্কুলেট ইনসাইড দ্য হাউস।
সো আপনি যখন একটা বাড়িতে দেখেন, কোন 3টা জিনিস যেগুলো আপনি ক্লায়েন্টের বলেন যে আমি এই জিনিসগুলো এখন দেখব, একটু অ্যাটেনশন পে করেন, কোন এরকম কোনো জিনিস আছে কয়েকটা?
Yes, the number one I would say the electrical,
Panel.
the panel and the heating system.
Mm.
Yes, and of course the boiler. So I also, even though I put it on the report, I'm still ওনাদেরকে বলে দিই যে on the spot যে আপনাদের হট ওয়াটারের ট্যাঙ্কের বয়স হচ্ছে এটা, অ্যাপ্রক্সিমেটলি আরও এত বছর যাবে, আর লাকি হলে আরও could go more. And also the boiler, I, as much as information I can gather, I let them know then the actual condition of the boiler and আরও কতদিন যেতে পারে, and if they needed any service.
সাহেল ভাই, এমন একটা জিনিসের কথা বলেন যেটা ইন নেকেড আই ইট ডাজ লুক লাইক নর্মাল, বাট আপনি যখন ইন্সপেকশন করেন তখন দিস ইজ সামথিং ইউ লুক এক্সটেন্সিভলি বিকজ দিস কুড বি এ বিগ
Yes.
ইস্যু ফর ক্লায়েন্ট।
That's an electrical.
Electrical,
So from outside, all you see, the buyer can see in the panel box. Has a cover in front, looks nice. You don't know what's inside. The old panel box has a lot of issues. I found many of them, there is no grounding cable, which is the safety hazard. It could cause fire. Also, I found in boxes has inside no neutral cable. So what does neutral does is, the live cable get the electric inside the house, and neutral take it outside, back to the transformer. And the grounding cable is very important because it saves you from it trigger the breaker if any the hazard noticed.
ওকে,
So
ইলেকট্রিক প্যানেল।
it is very important. So I straight away I recommend to further evaluate and if possible to change. And some of them also has old breaker, which is we don't use in New York City anymore. The building 100 years old. Even yesterday I inspected one house in New Rochelle and they have a lot of electrical issues. So
Even a house that you inspected for one of my clients that has that I really like your honesty that you went there and you say, I understand that this needs a further
Yes.
Evaluation. So
Sure.
as because আপনি electrician না, আপনি home inspector,
Yes.
আপনি recommend করছেন যে একজন electrician রে আনা এই জিনিসটা পরীক্ষা করে
so
না।
home inspector job is you always can recommend. You cannot tell them. I mean, you can recommend, then it's need further evaluate if you feel like this needs some work, or need to be replaced. আপনি আরেকজনরে the expert electric problem হইলে licensed electrician, plumbing এর হইলে licensed plumber or licensed contractor. Also on the foundation cracks. So by looking at it, sometimes you might think this is in minor cracks, but it's not. So sometimes what happened, a lot of buyer before they sell the house, they just freshly paint it and cover with the patches. So to you it looks normal, but you don't know if there is any moisture issues or any mold inside. So every inspector, they have special tools to check if there is any moisture issues or any mold inside.
এটা তো গেল যে দেখতে নর্মাল মনে হইতেছে কিন্তু আসলে ইটস এ বিগ ইস্যু। সামটাইমস অনেক সময় দেখতে বিগ ইস্যু মনে হয় কিন্তু আসলে ইটস এ ভেরি মাইনর ফিক্স, এরকম কোনো একটা এক্সাম্পল দেন।
Many example I can tell you. বাইরে থেকে মনে হইতেছে যেমন বাড়ি
ইটস এ
বিগ ডিল, হ্যাঁ, ভাঙে পড়তেছে, ভিতরে শীট রাক কইলা আসতেছে, কিচেন ক্যাবিনেট দেখতে যে ভাঙে পড়তেছে, ওইগুলা if you like the house, I would say as long as the roof, electric, plumbing and the foundation is good, just go for it. This is cosmetics issues. The sheet rack, it doesn't even cost you that much. Maybe labor could be little expensive.
If you do it yourself.
Yeah, a lot of people nowadays, they know
DIY.
because they watch a lot of YouTubes and they know how to do it. Even me myself, when I bought my first house 2019, I did not know anything about construction work, but now I know everything. Last
Exactly.
3-4 years I never had to call no electrician, no plumber, or no contractor. Any kind of repair, everything I do by myself now, by helping to get help from the YouTube. So yeah, like cabinet, a lot of people they see the cabinet coming off, broken hinges, it doesn't shut properly. There's a leak on the faucets. These are easy fix. Doesn't cost you that much money. Um, the ceiling, like a lot of houses, has the cracks on the, maybe there's a previously leaked roof, but they changed within the last couple of years, but you can see the repair patches. But that doesn't mean house has any active leak. I mean, that's easy repair.
That means you're saying that there is some works that's a deal breaker and some works that are definitely not a deal breaker, right?
Definitely not. But what I feel like, because I do a lot of home inspection for our own people. So when I do the report, a lot of people they get confused. They by reading the comments, they think it's big issues. So they call me and I had to explain to them, no. I mean, this is not a deal breaker. You can definitely ask for a credit. If not, I mean, it's not going to cost you that much money, but don't
Don't break the
back
deal.
up. Yeah.
Salva, thank you very much. So this question is very simple, okay? What is the most expensive issues that you have seen and how you have explained it to buyers?
Okay. I recently inspected one six-family house in New Rochelle.
Okay.
It's a big house. From outside, looks great, in good condition. It's a stucco siding, but when I went to the basement, I was totally mess. I mean, what can I say? That day was raining, and the first thing I saw is the basement was flooded. And then I noticed there's a lot of issues, but I'm not going to go through everything. It's going to be big, long. So I'm only going to say about the rotten beam inside, you know. Also, there was an issue with the termite also, even though I'm not licensed for the termite yet, which is I'm in a
You were
process.
in
We'll get
process
it
of
soon.
getting
Yeah.
That's good.
But I can tell if there is. But there was an issues I found, but there was no active termite I found on that day. I explained to the buyer, he was with me. I told him, look, there's no proof of active termite, but there was a proof of there was termite back in the days. Maybe they did the treatment and no more. When I go to the first floor, you can see the kitchen or that area was tilted. That was caused by the rotten beam and on the basement. So not only one pieces, multiple pieces. Even you can see from the underneath, if you look on the top, I mean, if you can see the subfloor is leaning.
Wow.
So I explained to them, and I told him then he need a license or professional the contractor to further evaluate and see how much it cost him to repair. But it's going to be very costly.
It's going to be expensive.
Yeah, 30,000-40,000 I would
Easily.
say. Yeah.
Thank you, Salvai. So that means if you go on a rainy day for inspection, that's
It's
better
better.
for
A lot of people stop the inspection because of the rain, but I highly recommend do it. Maybe you're not gonna able to do the roof, but if you to do roof, you need only 10-15 minutes. If the rain stop for the 10-15 minutes, you can do it.
But if it is raining and it's leaking from the roof, you also need to know that, and that's the only
Yeah.
way you can
So,
get to know that.
Yeah, without rain, even though a roof looks good, but you cannot determine if there is a leak.
Exactly. What about snow? Is it a good day to
Of course,
inspect
yeah,
snow?
yeah, even better. I mean,
Even better.
you can see if there any water penetrate to the basement. A lot of building there's a common issues I found every houses. I would say 6 out of 10. The water that penetrate to the from the edge of the building. There's a minor cracks. People don't care, but yeah,
That's an issue.
it is common. Yeah, but easy fix. It's a big issue, but easy fix.
So this is the last question of this segment, Bhai. So what is that advice would you give to a first-time home buyer about inspection?
Uh, I highly recommend to everyone because first time home buyer, they don't have no idea about the house. They don't know nothing. So don't skip the inspection. Make sure you do it.
Salva, thank you very much. So this is the segment 2, and segment 2 আমি ডিজাইন করছি for my brothers and sisters who are trying to get in the business এবং inspection is one of a great way to get in a real estate industry, right?
It
So
is.
আপনি আমারে বলেন যে কি কি প্রসেস আছে একজন লাইসেন্স ইন্সপেক্টর হইতে গেলে?
Okay. The first thing, either you have to have a GED or the bachelor degree, the first requirement, and second, you have to choose a school. There's many schools. The one I went is called New York Home Inspector School. I did class through the online. You can do it in person. Every school they charge differently. The one I went, they charged me 2,000 for the total course, which is 100 hours online hours. On top of that, the 40 hours field inspection. So that could be a problem for a lot of the students because those field inspection they send you far away.
Field inspection.
Yes, sorry.
So how many
Yeah.
field inspection is there?
10 minimum. You have to
Minimum
do 10.
10.
Yeah.
Is that a requirement for?
It is. So total 140 hours. 100 hours for the online classes. It covers the roof, plumbing, electric, and the foundation. And they do the field inspection like mostly on weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. So what I did, out of 10 out of 1 only I did it in Queens, and 9 I did in upstate New York, like Monroe, that side, yeah, which is about 60, 70 miles away from here.
Okay, that's good. So the license process, do you have to be licensed in every state?
So it is New York State license doesn't work in New Jersey or in Connecticut also. So getting Connecticut license is easy. Once you get New York State license, all you have to do is just submit the current license to the Connecticut, and they will provide you. You have to pay $100.
Okay.
They will give you
So
the license.
even though প্রত্যেক স্টেটের লাইসেন্স নিতে হয়, but it's not that difficult, right?
No,
Not that difficult, huh?
no.
আমাদের লোন অফিসারদেরও একই প্রসেস, মানে প্রসেস এক মিনস লাইক আমাদের প্রত্যেক স্টেটে আলাদা আলাদাভাবে লাইসেন্স হইতে হয়, বাট ওই তিন তিন ঘন্টা 2 ঘন্টার প্রত্যেক স্টেটের রিকোয়ারমেন্ট ক্লাস করার পরে একটা ফি দেওয়ার পরে ইউ ক্যান বি লাইসেন্স অন দ্য ডিফারেন্ট স্টেট। সো সিমিলার রুলস, হ্যাঁ?
Yes.
So 140 hours of course, and then what happened after that?
Once you're done, then you have to prepare yourself for the exam. But exam, it's not easy. I mean, I used to be a real estate agent before, even though still, but I don't practice. That was easy, 1 to 3. If you study, if you memorize the multiple choices, I mean, you will pass. If not first time, the second time, you will pass. But this one I found very hard. Even though you memorize 100,000s of multiple choice, I'm guarantee you cannot pass. If you don't understand the materials, yeah. That's all they want, you to know everything about, the electric, they want you to know in details about the electric.
So realistically speaking, আপনার প্রথমে কোর্স করা শুরু থেকে ফাইনালি লাইসেন্স হওয়া পর্যন্ত কত দিনের একটা টাইম ফ্রেমের প্রিপারেশন থাকা উচিত?
I would say like 8 to 12 months.
8 to 12 months. That's relatively a long time because for loan officer, আমার loan officer program relatively difficult. Realtor exam থেকে একটু difficult. আমার peersরা অনেকে যেটা বলছে, and then I would say 6 months or maybe 3 months of preparation is good enough for loan officer study.
Yeah.
10 to 12 months is a big time.
You have to study hard. If you really want to be a home inspector, before you wasting your money, my recommendation is you have to be determined, and you cannot do multiple job at the same time and do the home inspection classes. So you have to sacrifice your, something
Personal
to achieve.
time.
Yes, you have to study hard.
You mentioned a lot about tools.
Right.
You use this tool, that tool to
Mm-hmm.
do inspect. Are those tools provided through the course, or you gotta buy out of
No,
pocket?
you have to buy everything out of your pocket.
And those must be expensive, no?
I mean, it's depend. It is, yeah. Depend what you're gonna use. You can get a cheaper one. I mean, of course, it's not gonna be a good.
So you're saying only because you need to buy a lot of tools, don't step back?
No,
Right?
definitely
No,
no.
definitely not
No,
step
it's a
back.
good field, I would say. I mean, আমাদের বাঙালিরা অনেক কম এই ফিল্ডে, and I feel like more people should come.
আমাদের কমিউনিটির একজন আরেকজনের মাঝে we exchange business, so
It
আমাদের
is, yeah.
আমাদের more
I get a lot of
people, we need more people
I
in
get a
this
lot of
field, right?
support from our community's
Community, right?
real estate agent. I really appreciate to everyone, who are supporting and helping me.
Last question of this segment, okay?
Yes.
এই ব্যবসা কইরা আসলে কি টাকা বানানো সম্ভব?
Definitely, but maybe first couple of years is going to be tough, but yeah, you can earn a lot of money.
A
I
decent
believe.
amount, right?
It is.
All right, thank you very much, Salva. So this ends the segment 2. So now we are on segment 3. ঠিক আছে, segment 3 তো আপনি হয়তো আমার পুরনো এপিসোডগুলো দেখছেন যে segment 3 is
Yes.
very unfiltered এবং অনেকেই
No problem.
Yeah, are you ready
I'm
for
ready.
this?
I'm ready.
Okay. So first question. আপনার কি কোনো সময় কোনো ক্লায়েন্টের বলছেন যে don't buy this house?
I did.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so yeah, I did not only one, actually two houses. Yeah, in Queens Village, I remember. Yeah, his wife was because very much interested on that house, even though the guy, I mean, he was in hesitation. The house is a lot of work. The whole house needed to be gut renovation. And they things like, I mean, if you spend 10-15,000, you would be okay. They hired me, and once I gave them the report, and they called me and they said, okay, I explained one by one. The house has an issues on everything, on
Oh my God.
the electric, plumbing, and the roof. Roof was almost falling down,
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
But
I
Mrs.
I
probably
just being honest with them. I said, look, I mean, if you don't mind, I know you guys like the house, but my honest opinion, don't buy it unless you willing to pay a couple of $100,000 to fix it. But they listen to me. They appreciate. They choose another house I also inspected, and the guy call me now, very often, say hi, hello, and he also refer me to his friends and family. And he said that was one of the best decision. We did not buy that house.
আসলে বাড়ি কেনার ক্ষেত্রে কি হয়, বাড়ির সাথে আমাদের ইমোশনটা খুবই ডিরেক্টলি অ্যাটাচ।
Right.
আর আমাদের বিশেষ করে আমাদের মা বোনরা, আমরা ছেলেরা হয়তো অনেক সময় চিন্তা করি যে ইটস অল ক্যালকুলেশন ওয়েদার আই বি এবল টু পে ফর ইট অর নট, বাট আমাদের মা বোনেদের অনেক সময় ইমোশনটা অনেক আউটবার্স্ট হয় তাদের। তো অনেকেই ইমোশনালি খুব সম্ভবত একটা দুইটা মিসক্যালকুলেশন করে ফেলে।
The reason is because they don't know, they have no idea.
এক্স্যাক্টলি।
And when you explain to them, they understand.
সাল ভাই, আপনার এজেন্ট আসলা?
I was.
You were an agent.
Yes.
And now you're a home inspector.
I am.
So you wear two hats.
Now I do one only. I don't focus on agent anymore. No.
Mostly.
I feel like it's a conflict.
Yeah, it is a conflict.
Yeah, so I'm trying to be focused on home inspection.
So you would consider yourself a better home inspector than an agent?
Definitely, yeah. Because even though I did a lot of more than 100 inspections so far, but even though I did 100, but still I study every day almost. I try to learn more things.
But you were a good agent too. আমি আপনার একটা দুটো ক্লায়েন্টের সাথে যখন ইয়া করছি, you are
Yeah,
very passionate about them.
I am. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. এবং আপনার তো 1.6 মিলিয়নের একটা sales
জি,
ছিল, you're right?
জি। I have a few, yeah,
couple of months ago, 1.6 million
yeah.
of sales আসলে আপনার, right? No, I think it's good. It's because আপনি
So once I become an
home inspector.
licensed the agent, and then I personally feel like we need a home inspector in our community. There is many, Chinese and Spanish. So I felt like, because every time when I used to call a home inspector for my client, and he used to say, "Oh, I'm busy today. I'm busy, fully booked tomorrow. I can't. I have to do day after tomorrow." So I had to go for someone else, pay him extra. I remember for one single family house, I paid almost $800 because there was no inspector,
Inspector.
around.
Wow.
So I had to call a random guy, and I had to pay him a lot of money. Anyway, after that, I goes, you know what? I should try to become a home inspector. Then I was searching, researching, Google, asking. Not everybody has idea about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real estate. Anybody you ask,
Anybody
they
is a
can
real
give you an
estate agent
idea.
now.
Yeah. And then I was looking. Finally, I found something online, and I contacted them, and yeah, I enrolled. I paid. I started doing my classes, and finally, it took me long, but yeah, finally I achieved my goal. Yeah.
Yep. So that means there is a huge gap for
Yes.
inspector, home inspector in the
Yeah.
community, right? So
Yeah.
আপনি যেই হন না কেন, আপনার যদি রিয়েল এস্টেট বিজনেসটা আসার ইচ্ছা থাকে, দেন দিস কুড বি এ আস্কিং, দিস কুড বি এ ওয়েলকামিং ফিল্ড ফর ইউ। সো শুধু যে লোন অফিসার বা রিয়েলেটর হইতে হবে এমন কোনো
No.
কথা নাই, তাই না, রাইট?
There's many other. I mean, it could be a pricer too.
Yeah, exactly. But for home inspector, অনেকে তো হোম ইন্সপেক্টর বিকজ অপশনাল, অনেকে এই বিষয়ে যে দরকার হয় সেটাও অনেকের আইডিয়া নাই।
Idea নাই, হ্যাঁ।
সাহাব ভাই, সো আপনার একটু আগে আপনি আপনার রিয়েলটর ফ্রেন্ডদেরকে বা রিয়েলটর এজেন্টদেরকে অ্যাপ্রিসিয়েট করলেন ব্যবসা দেওয়ার কারণে, এই কারণে এরকম কি কোনো সময় হয়েছে যে কোনো একটা ডিলে আপনি একটু ডাউন প্লে করছেন বা কোনো রিপোর্ট একটু সফট করে দেখাইছেন যাতে করে ডিলটা ব্রেক না হয়?
That's a very good question. So none of the home inspector, I mean, if anything major, there's no way they can skip, because you also should have something on your mind. You are licensed and insured. Say example, like I did an inspection for your client. Maybe you were an agent for your client, and you told me, okay, I just want this deal to be happen. Make sure deal don't kill the deal. And there is an issue with the foundation, issue with the roof. So I said, okay, everything is fine. Month, 2, 3 months later, they figured out there was a problem with the roof or the foundation. There's a huge crack, maybe from the soil pressure from outside. They can sue you, and you can lose your license. So nobody wants to lose their license. I wouldn't do this, not because of you, but because if I don't want to lose my license.
Exactly.
Yeah. Minor things, yeah, like there's a cracks, I mean, on the shit trucks, which is fixable, I mean, if you don't put it on the report, which is okay. Because most of the people, I mean, once they buy, even though they're buying a new house, they do some construction their own way.
এখানে আমি একটা জিনিস মেনশন করতে চাই, আপনি আমার একটা ক্লায়েন্টের ইন্সপেকশন
I
করছিলেন।
remember.
আপনি আমারে বলছিলেন যে বাড়িটার অনেক কাজ আছে। আমরা ক্লায়েন্টের সাথে বসে আমরা পুরো জিনিসটা ব্রেক ডাউন দিছি যে ক্লায়েন্টে দিস হাউস হ্যাজ ইস্যুস বাট দিস
Almost on everything.
বাট দিস ইজ হোয়াট ইটস গোনা কস্ট ইউ। এবং বাড়িটা কিন্তু ক্লায়েন্ট খুবই ডিসকাউন্টেড প্রাইসে পাইছিল, বুঝছেন?
বাড়ি কিনছে তো এই client?
হ্যাঁ, বাড়ি কিনছে এবং উই হ্যাভ আ ক্লোজিং কামিং আপ দিস কামিং মান্থ। সো ক্লায়েন্টের ক্যালকুলেশন what I'm trying to say is ultimately decisionটা ক্লায়েন্টেরই। আমরা লোন অফিসার বা এজেন্ট বা হোম ইন্সপেক্টর হিসেবে আমরা জাস্ট খালি প্রফেশনাল অ্যাডভাইস দিতে পারবো, ডিসিশন আলটিমেটলি ক্লায়েন্টের। সো ক্লায়েন্ট একটা জিনিস বুঝছে, আমার ভালো লাগছে যে ক্লায়েন্ট একটা জিনিস বুঝছে যে এই বাড়িটা যদি আমি যে প্রাইসে পাইতেছি খুবই ডিসকাউন্টেড প্রাইসে পাইতেছি, এবং আমি যদি আরো 50,000 70,000
উনি
80,000
আমার
টাকা
কল দিছিল লেটার
later, right?
মান্থ লেটার হি কল্ড মি এন্ড উনি বলছে ভাই আমার আরেকটু এক্সপ্লেইন করেন যে কত টাকার কাজ হইতে পারে কি কি আছে।
আমার সাথেও কথা হয়েছে। So he was okay to spend few $100,000
Yeah.
or not few $100,000 but in 80s or 70s G's
Yeah.
and fix the house and leave it the way he wants, but he is getting in a discounted rate. মানে ওই বাড়ির যে প্রাইস ছিল unbeatable প্রাইস ছিল।
Yeah.
So there could be so many reasons for buyers to make decision on so many
Any
variables,
issues
right?
is fixable, if you get a good discount, yeah, why not get it and spend money and fix it in your own way, the way you like.
Exactly.
A lot of people, maybe even me myself, I want to get something from me, but I want to get those broken houses. I would be happy.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I will do some customized repair by the way I want. I want my kitchen to be big. My living space should be big enough, Even the bedroom I can resize the way I want. It's big for me, small for my kids. When you get a ready house, I mean, you have no choice. You have
Exactly.
to, yeah.
এক্স্যাক্টলি। এবং রিনোভেশন বেশিরভাগ বাসা আপনি একদম নিউলি রিনোভেটেড হাউস নিলেও দেখা যায় যে যখন আপনি উঠবেন ওঠার আগে টুকিটাকি কাজ এমনি করাইতে হয় বাড়িতে, তাই না?
আছে।
Have you ever made your realtor partner unhappy because you didn't wanted your client to buy this house?
Yes,
You make
No.
your realtor friends unhappy?
it is.
Partner.
Not only one, couple of them.
Okay.
Because due to the report, their deal was killed. They called me, you said this, then later they got another inspector for another client. I mean, everything was fine. And I said, I just did what I felt like is not right. So,
একটা জিনিস হচ্ছে কি, মানে আপনারা কিন্তু বেশিরভাগ সময় ক্লায়েন্টে হায়ার করতেছে, লোন অফিসারও হায়ার করতেছে না,
client.
রিয়েলটরের পার্টনারও হায়ার করতেছে না, ক্লায়েন্টে হায়ার করতেছে। সো ইউ আর fiduciary, it's your fiduciary duty to
Yeah,
do everything on his favor, right?
definitely, yes.
আপনার যে রিপোর্টটা ইস্যু করেন না, ইউজুয়ালি ইটস অন ওয়েবসাইট, আপনি আমারও লিঙ্ক দিছিলেন। আই রিয়েলি লাভ দ্য ফ্যাক্ট দ্যাট আপনি যদিও আমি লোন অফিসার, আপনি আমার একটা লিঙ্ক দিছেন, ক্লায়েন্টের একটা লিঙ্ক দিছেন, আবার এজেন্টেরও একটা লিঙ্ক দেন। মাই কোয়েশ্চেন ইজ, আপনি কি যখন লিঙ্ক দেন তখন কি আপনি ক্লায়েন্টের ফোন দিয়ে এক্সপ্লেন করেন এভরিথিং?
I mean, you saw my report, right? I think once you open the every segment and if you go to the view details, I mean, I don't think you need to call me. You can see everything. It's crystal clear, right?
But আমাদের
But sometimes, yes, I get a lot of calls. Even though after publishing the report, get call, hey, I mean, you put this, can you just explain? So I do explanation in our own way.
না, বিকজ আমাদের কমিউনিটিতে কিন্তু ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ব্যারিয়ারটা একটা
Yes.
ইস্যু। সো যদিও এটা গুগল ট্রান্সলেট করে এইভাবে করানো
Right.
যাবে, বাট আপনার কি মনে হয় যে
This
মানে
is-
কল দিলে
Yeah, this
এক্সপ্লেন করা যায়?
This is good questions, yeah. So it happens a lot. I mean, a lot of people like, say example, if I say minor cracks on the outside foundation, so when they see the word cracks, something else clicks on their mind. Oh, cracks mean, foundation cracks. That's the big things. But you got to remember, the minor cracks is nothing. Could be hairline cracks or vertical cracks only if it's horizontal cracks, which is straight, and if it's 1/4 inch wide, this is an issue. That's definitely something you need to evaluate by a structural engineer, not the regular engineer.
স্ট্রাকচারাল ইঞ্জিনিয়ার।
Structural engineer, you have to call them and they have to come and evaluate. They have to see, because this caused by the soil pressure from the outside. So by the time goes, there is a high risk of structural issues.
Sahel bhai, thank you very much for coming. I know for the fact that আমাদের অডিয়েন্সরা যারা other side of this camera আছে, they have learned a lot from you. ইন্সপেকশনের বিষয়টা অপশনাল। সো সেই জন্য বেশিরভাগ সময় ক্লায়েন্টরা বাড়ি পছন্দ করে, রিয়েলিটরদের বলে যে লেটস পুট ইন অ্যান অফার অ্যান্ড দেন লেটস স্কিপ ইন্সপেকশন। ঠিক আছে, এই বিষয়ে আপনার অভিমত কি? মানে অনেক ক্লায়েন্ট ওয়েভ করে ফেলে ইন্সপেকশন।
Yes. So I also notice on the contract the seller agent says because when the house is a high demand and then they're going to put in conditions, you cannot do the inspection. So if you have a condition like this and if you think you're getting a good deal, my recommendation, let the seller agent know, hey, okay, I'm going to waive the inspection, but I will do the inspection for my own satisfaction. I want to do it. I just want to know what I exactly need to fix after buy the house. I'm not going to do it to negotiate, to lower the price.
এটা একটা ভালো আইডিয়া। মানে
Yeah.
কন্ট্রাক্ট হয়ে যাক, বাট ইন্সপেকশন আমি আমার নিজের
আমি
স্যাটিসফ্যাকশনের
আমার
লাগে
হ্যাঁ
করাম।
আমি করাবো এটা। So give us a chance to do the inspection. So before I buy, I know how much money I have to spend on that house.
That's it, audience. Thank you very much for watching. Inspection কখনোই ওভারলুক করেন না প্লিজ। ইন্সপেকশন অপশনাল হইলো, it's a very important part of
is.
home buying process. We have Sahel Bhai serving the community for quite some time, inspected more than 100 houses all over in NYC. Sahel Bhai, last but not least, if you have anything to say, what would one thing that you would tell a buyer, home buyer today?
Yeah, the one thing I definitely going to say, never skip an inspection. Even though house looks good, even the brand new house. Let me tell you, I inspected a brand new house. That deal did not happen because the house has a lot of issues because most of the houses, the investor, they build those houses, they give contract to the third party. The owner don't even go. And once the contractor says, okay, it's ready, they put it on the market because they don't have time. They have many houses on the market and there's many issues, nothing been done properly. So I found an issue with there was an issue with the electrical box, the panel, the meter, central air conditions, the condenser unit outside. Everything was disconnected. Nothing was connected. Even the hot water wasn't connected. The boiler wasn't there even in the basement.
Wow.
And they almost signed in the contract. So I explained everything on the report. I think this deal did not happen.
So you just say
Even new houses, yes. So make sure you do an inspection.
don't skip it.
Don't skip it, never.
Okay, if anybody wants to reach you, Salvai, how do they do that? Please leave your number.
My phone number is 631-836-4743.
Thank you very much for watching. This is your host, Loan Officer Chironjit, and I am blessed to have you watch this whole episode. আমরা এভরি উইকে এরকমের এপিসোড একটা নিয়ে আসবো, not only realtor but every personals around the real estate field will come in these shows. Season 2 of Real Talk Real Estate will be live from July, and thank you very much for watching. Have a very good day.